and the formation of all things creation, never induced influenced through one of its laws and recommendations that you must turn to its truth or the teaching of the prophets, because if you do this then you are doing it out of your own decision and out of free volition, so that you witness yourselves, that you integrate yourselves in uprightness into the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life, and take the goblet of truth as your guideline, signposting, leading thought. Do not desire to learn of the false fruits teachings of the false prophets, but heed that you only learn of the good fruits teaching of the true prophets, so that you will get a part of all the food truth, of the teaching of all firmaments, teaching of the whole universe, and create true love and wisdom in yourselves, as well as peace and freedom and consonance harmony. And truly, the teaching of the wisdom and truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal power of all life creation, sends you a table teaching, spread with food knowledge, so that you may learn, and that every day may be a day of festivity for you, whether you are the first or the last, so that you set the signs, evidence, of the truth in yourselves, and you are your own provider's source of supply, for knowledge, wisdom, and the truth. See that you bond yourselves to the teaching of truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal power of all existence creation, so that you are knowing conscious in the truth, and you do not debauch yourselves in unknowledge, and you do not bring forth punishment within yourselves, and do not grieve. Truly, since time immemorial the true prophets have spoken to you and brought you the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life, and taught you that you shall not place either one or two gods or 10 gods next to the primal wellspring of all wisdom creation, and the same for supposed sons and daughters of gods and 10 gods, because the primal wellspring of all wisdom creation is superior, sublime, over all people of your kind, human beings, and over everything that you dare to place at its side. All that is honorable, venerable, is the primal wellspring of all wisdom creation, and placing gods or 10 gods or fabulated supposed sons and daughters or representative substitutes at its side is a disparagement, contemptibility, beyond compare, and a matter of shameful abjection. Therefore never do, say, or teach the same, because you have no right to do so, since it is a lie against all truth. Do not teach anything other than the real truth as is taught to you by the goblet of truth, the teaching of the prophets, and make prayers, invocations, edification to your inner world consciousness, so that you only present dedicate yourselves to the truth and follow the words of the prophets, who are witnesses to the truth and whom you shall respect for as long as they remain amongst you, because only for that time are you able to hear the words of wisdom with your own ears and have them as guardians over you, because when they die then they will disappear as warners for you, and you can only bear witness to their existence, life, and activity, and carry the witness forward into the future by carrying forward their teaching of truth, their teaching of spirit, their teaching of life, and teach it to your children and your children's children and to all people of your kind, fellow human beings. The time during which a true prophet dwells amongst you is a time in which you can benefit as truthful ones, righteousness ones equals conscientious ones, fair ones equals responsible ones, virtuous ones, and ones who have knowledge of the truth, from the truthfulness of the prophet at first hand, so that you may have pleasure in learning and create magnanimity, humanity, within yourselves. And it is taught to you another time that you shall never punish people of your kind, human beings, in body and life, or by punishing their psyche, but only punish their misdeeds, errors, and terrible deeds by separating them out to a place of fulfillment of guidelines, secluded place, isolated island, for a certain time, where they are treated rightfully in accordance with the law and the recommendation of the creation of all things creation, and are dealt with in dignity. However, they must look to their own provision, subsistence, and to the teaching of truth, the teaching of spirit, the teaching of life, so that they may become rightful and do rightfully when they return to the people society. Truly, If you heed and fulfill the laws and recommendations of the creation of all existence creation, then you have might over all things, and therefore you will one day find the path to all firmaments, the path to the universe, outer space, and to the earth's world's planets, through your progress of your inner world consciousness, so that you also obtain might over that when you do rightfully, however, even in the laws and recommendations of the creation of all existence creation, apply in all firmaments universe, and on all earth's world's planets, because all firmaments universe, and earth's world's planets, are the kingdom of the creation of all existence creation, and the creation of all existence creation has might over everything through its laws and recommendations. Chapter 6. Deference is the primal wellspring of all vitality's creation, which is the creation of all firmaments universe, and earth's world's planets, of the darkness and light. But there are many amongst you who place other things as equal to the primal wellspring of all vitality's creation, principally fabulated, conceived, invented, gods and tin gods, because you are unknowing in the truth and only lend your ear to believe in lies and slanders, calumnies. You have proceeded from the might idea of the primal wellspring of all life creation, and it is through it that your destination is determined, which you shall reach through the unbidden, voluntarily unfolding evolution of your inner world consciousness, so that you become one in abundant agreement with it, becoming one with creation in the very distant time to come future. Therefore, your destination in the very distant time to come future equals eons of years, is determined, which you shall however reach in unbiddenness, voluntariness, over considerable many existences, lives, that you will have again and again as new people of your kind personalities, after you have died and are called back into existence, life, through your spirit body, spirit form. And truly, it is the primal wellspring of all vitality's creation that has given its laws and recommendations for all firmaments universe, and for the earth's world's planets, so that everywhere and in all things, externally and internally, everything is given so and as everything is necessary. And nothing comes to you without you bringing it forth yourselves, whether it be love or a love, peace or unpeace, hatred, thirst for revenge and thirst for retaliation, suspicion, battle, war, or freedom and unfreedom, bondage, and everything that can be imagined, because truly, all signs, activities of the signs destiny, which come are created by you yourselves, both in the good and in the evil. And if you reject the truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal wellspring of all vitality's creation, as they are recognizable to you if you go forth with open eyes, then you will yourselves become aware of what you are mocking. Look back from yourselves into the past, and you will recognize how many peoples and species, family, clan, have eradicated themselves or have been eradicated by others. They had firm residences on earth, but they allowed clouds, strife, war, to grow over themselves, and allowed streams of rain, spilling of blood, to befall themselves, and they swam therein until they drowned, died out, and their residences and their places, cities, villages, were destroyed, and everything eradicated that bore witness to them. But after them came other peoples and species, families, clans, but they did the same as their predecessors.